Okay, so for the brows that have a wider body and it gets more narrow towards the arch, you're going to do all the lines that I created, right? Already. And you would have done the top tail line, but we don't need to do that for this demonstration. You've already created the top body line, and when creating the bottom line, instead of figuring out the width and marking that same width across, you're actually going to go a little wider when you get closer to the bulb. And when you're using your ink pad, you're going to dip the tip of the caliper in the ink pad. I'm going to do it sideways so you can see. All right. And then we're going to go a little wider. I'm adjusting my caliper just a little bit. And then we're going to mark there. I have not changed the width of my caliper. I haven't made any adjustments. So the width from these two is going to be the same. The width from these two dots are going to be the same for the bulb. So this line will get a little narrower. So this line will become more narrow when you get closer to that arch. And that will follow the natural flow of your client's brow. Again, I always do this because you're enhancing your client's shape. You're not trying to give them a whole new one. Unless you have a client who absolutely doesn't have a shape at all. All right. So if it's a real client, you will remove the hairs outside of that line, which isn't a lot. And you're still keeping the fullness of the brow. So when you're measuring these dots on the other side, just make sure you're measuring the arch here, and then you widen out your caliper to get about midway through that body. You measure there, and then you measure there at the front. You're doing everything on the other side. All right? Follow the client's natural growth pattern. I cannot stress that enough. It makes it a whole lot easier. All right? So that's how you use your caliper if you choose to do that method versus the gel pen.